Look at me being early. Yippity. Okay. Yeah, I'm here. Okay, yay. Yay. What's up? Hello, Brittany. I am feeling pretty good today. Okay, how are you feeling? Hope you're feeling well. I'm feeling good. The moon's in Capricorn. I'm pretty sure it's still in Capricorn. Let's double check. It is May 7th. It's my brother's birthday. Yes, the moon is still in Capricorn. It will move into Aquarius tonight or this morning. All right, cool. Would you like tarot? I'm also live on School because I'm just testing this out because I haven't gone live on there yet. But eventually, I want to start to use School more. So I am live on School. We're live here on YouTube. We're going to do tarot for Brittany. Let's do the Wild Unknown. The 10 of Pentacles at the bottom. Let's see. All right. What does Miss Brittany need to know? I split it to the Empress and the 10 of Pentacles. So this definitely has to do with how you, I feel like, are showing up. How you're maybe regaining control in your life in some way. Understanding your power. What does Brittany need to know? What does Brittany need to know? Hey, y'all. Okay. Brittany. Ooh, I said understanding your power, the Queen or the Mother of Wands in this deck at the bottom. This is all about you like standing in your strength, in your aura, in your energy. This is all about confidence, feeling confident, feeling like you can show up and be yourself. And if you're not feeling that way, why not? Right? If there's anything that's making you feel smaller, making you feel not as vibrant, then that is feedback that that energy is not supportive. And therefore, we don't need to give it our time. And so I feel with this too, something about boundaries, Brittany. If anybody, a friend, family, a romantic partner, if anyone makes you feel like you're too much or you're, oh, why are you, whatever, that's an indication that they're fighting their own light, and so they see you as like, oh, too bright. Let's see what's on top. Interesting. The Father of Cups. So this is the King of Cups. So this could definitely be a romantic situation. Okay, I have a King of Cups and a Queen of Wands. The King of Cups is very internal. Okay. So if this is a person, if this is a guy, if this is someone you're in a relationship with, they are not good at expressing themselves. So they could feel so many things, so many good things. And oftentimes those good energies or good feelings get masked by this cold kind of picky. It's like a picky energy where someone's like pick, 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 pick at you. And that's what I was feeling here with the Queen of Wands, that light of yours. Don't let that type of nitpicking energy of whomever this might be representing make you feel like you need to do anything differently. This person, the King of Cups, is not communicating their true feelings, and they have a lot of feelings, real feelings, romantic feelings, loving feelings, but they're scared, and they could be scared to lose you, right? Especially if you're coming up as the Queen of Wands. They could be scared that you are too fiery for them. Maybe they feel a little. Sometimes the King of Cups can feel very, what's the word, insecure. So that's an energy here too. So what I say from this is, if there is someone in your life, they like you a lot. They're probably showing it in a very weird way. And I wouldn't question yourself. I would just step more into who you are and know that that's what's attracting them. That's who you are. They love that, even if they have a hard time expressing that. So that's what I'm getting for Brittany. Next is Gabriella. Hey, girl. Then Adrian. Let's see. Gabriella. What's going on here? I'm also in school, you guys. I put the school link. You're so welcome. I put the school link in the chat. It's free. We do have a premium tier that gives you access to more things, but I am going to one day want to do more lives on school instead of on YouTube. So if you do have an opportunity, go ahead and join us on there. What does Miss Gabriella need to know? I'm trying to cultivate community, y'all, but it's a little hard because people don't like to talk, and I can't be the only one talking. But that's so far. That's what's going on. Okay, Gabriella. Pesky Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords, this is you. Sevens have to do with us, right? And there's something you're not trusting. And it's interesting because we've kind of been getting this theme. And right now, Pluto went retrograde. So wherever Aquarius is in your chart, I'd be interested to know. You might be feeling unsure. There could just be this doubt, this kind of like uneasiness, this kind of like this fear kind of energy here. What's underneath this? Yeah, Ace of Wands around career, about the beginning of something, about something lasting. This can feel like something that sparks up and then kind of dwindles out. So let's see what's on top. The Five of Wands. So something here is very temporary. It could be at work. It could be like maybe feeling like I'm kind of getting like maybe feeling like I don't know, people don't like you. That could be something that's coming in, like these people don't like me. I'm having to work really hard, or I feel like I'm in competition. And I would say that's more of your self-doubt than the reality. So if you do find yourself at work feeling competitive or feeling like people aren't liking you or something like that, I would definitely like check that, because it feels more so like a projection of self instead of like reality. And the Five of Wands is very it's like a fly in the house, right? It's a very annoying, but it's a fly in the house. It's not really a big deal. And that's kind of this energy. So you said, yep, that's exactly my thoughts. Don't feed that, because that's just really your self-doubt. Okay. And you're in this career, you're in this job to kind of like work through that. It's like you're having to face that through this scenario, and that's part of your soul lesson with this job. So that you're working through that. So yeah, it's coming up for you to face it, for you to conquer it, for you to kind of rise above that insecurity or that self-doubt or that sense of like, I always other people are trying to be other people are better than me or any of that. This scenario, this job is literally kind of making you tackle that aspect of self. Is it stressful or are you stressing yourself out? You feel me? Seven of Swords is not real. It is a figment of our imagination. It is a figment of our insecurities. It is how we are perceiving something and then telling ourselves what that means. Please. Sorry, the dogs are just barking. So just be, this is gonna help you break out of that, Gabriella. Next up is Kimberly. Hello. Let's see the vibes. Not for a week. No more stressing. Don't do that. Five of Wands is temporary challenges, temporary obstacles. It's not very, it has nothing to do with anything that is substantial, right? It's a very much, so like I said, think of a fly in the room. It's annoying, it's a nuisance, and that's kind of what the Five of Wands energy is. It's trying to distract you from yourself. Oh, Adrian. Thanks, girl. Okay, Adrian, then Kimberly. Thank you, Adrian. Adrian. The Hanged Man. And the Eight of Pentacles. So the Hanged Man, I was talking about this earlier today, and it kind of goes into what I was kind of just chatting about with Gabriella. This is Neptune energy, and currently Neptune is in Aries. So what that means is Neptune is the planet of our perception, how we view our reality. And so when you think of this Hanged Man energy, this bat naturally likes to hang upside down, right? So he's comfortable. So where you are right now in your life, there's a need to shift your perspective because you might be viewing it in a way that is not truly what it is. Or you're viewing it in a way that's creating a sense of feeling like a problem or something needs to change or I need to do something. Because this is also an energy of allowance, letting things flow, letting things be what they are. And it feels like it has to do with work. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles is here. So it could be work. It could be just like life in general, like where you are in life. This is a card of diligence. This is a card of like showing up, and like this for Adrian, showing up and being very dedicated. So I feel like you might be at a place right now where you're like, okay, I'm really dedicated. I've really been showing up, but I'm feeling like something needs to change. And that very well may be the case. But instead of looking at it like you're doing something wrong or something's out of alignment, it's more so this idea of, maybe it's time for me to go somewhere else or to take my skills and talents elsewhere because I've outgrown where I am. It does feel like movement needs to happen, but instead of it feeling bad or like wrong, that's where the shift in perception is. Like, okay, let me be open to what this is, what else I can do or where else this is like guiding me. Because I think, are you a teacher? I think you might be a teacher. So it could be like doing something differently, going into a different position, or like realizing you're ready to like be promoted. And with the Hanged Man here, it's like your soul, right, is like trying to, I feel like, get to another level of being. Like you're trying to change, you're trying to evolve, you're trying to like move up, you're trying to grow. Because after the Hanged Man in tarot is the Death card, which is all about change and evolution. Oh, you're getting ready to work in a new role. Okay. Confirmation. So yes, don't, however you're looking at that, shift that, because there's something, maybe you're looking at it like it's happening too quickly, or maybe you're not ready or something like that. And you are ready. You are ready. You have the skills, you have the experience, you have all the things you need. So just let it kind of flow and don't feel like you need to be anything other than yourself. So that might be the shifting of your perception. Cool. Okay. Now for Miss Kimberly. Ooh, you guys missed it. I've been bridging because I haven't had my nails, but don't worry. Soon cometh. My nails will be back. I'll be back, baby. But anyways, I've been really bridging my deck here. Okay, Kimberly. What does Kimberly need to know? My nails were messed up. I had to give him a break. Ooh, justice. Balance. You're so welcome, Adrian. Balance. Things coming into balance. Things. This is like fair. This is finally, this feels very much so like a literal sense of justice. Like where something has felt very unfair, where something has felt very out of balance. There's something coming in. It's some type of conversation, some type of communication. It's something between two people. It feels like two people having a conversation. You're coming to terms with something. You're like, yep. And what's on top? Yeah, the 5 of Swords. So there has been conflict. There has been conflict between you and another person, and now you are striking some sense of justice. Like, this is what I meant. This is why I told, whatever it was, it's like you knew, and now you're going to be able to reap that reward, or now that conversation has had, now that the clarity is there, you can now like release whatever was the issue so you can move on. So you can get back to your regular schedule program or what you got going on. Because this is like fighting. This is feeling like maybe two people are on two different pages, and then finally you're having like a real deal conversation. And then like, oh, okay, like, oh, now I have the clarity. Now I understand where you were coming from. I understand where you're coming from. And now we have this balance. And now that we can get to the truth of everything, now we realize what was such an issue really isn't an issue, because 5s are all about change. What's underneath this? Yeah. Somebody's being very honest. Yeah. Someone, your Queen of Swords, having a very honest, straight up conversation. And that creates this energy of justice, which in turn allows you to kind of move forward. Got it. Yeah. Page of Cups underneath that. So apologies, a sense of apology, a sense of kind of like I want to say like a truce, or like bygones be bygones, that type of energy. And then once you do that, it takes this big relief off of you, and it brings you back into a place where you can actually just okay, don't have to deal with that anymore. It's that. Yeah, it's something so you can move forward, so you can get to what you're trying to do, so you can keep things going. Yeah, it's being relieved soon for you. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. So that is what's coming up for you. Keenan is next. It's coming back. It's coming right on back, Kimberly. And it was just about being honest, having an honest conversation. That whole saying, communication is key. It is. A lot of times conflict and disagreements are because we just don't have clarity on what the other person was thinking. And then we're over here having a problem and stressed out when really we just needed to talk and be like, oh, okay, well, this is what you need to do. Great. Okay, that's solved. We're done there. So that's what that feels like. Keenan. What does Keenan need to know, Spirit? Yeah, for me, Keenan, this feels like you making a choice. You kind of like deciding on something. King of Cups, maybe you're deciding how you feel. If you need to communicate, okay, so this kind of feels like you're in a relationship or want to be in a relationship or like someone. But if you're coming up as the King of Cups, I talked about him earlier, he's very reserved, right? He's very much so a feeler, but he's not a talker. He's a feeler. So I feel like you feel lots of feels. There's lots of feelings that you're feeling. There's lots of like emotions that are kind of bouncing around in your energy, but you're not really I feel like you need to decide what you do feel and then take action from from that vantage point versus being overly analytical. Seven of Wands. So you're holding back. You're holding back your feelings around something. And then I feel like that's creating pressure. Whereas if you just said what you needed to say, then there's something here that could come into stability, but there's fear here. You're scared to speak your feelings. And if you continue not to share your feelings, you're going to basically stay in this it's like a defensive thing. It's like I don't want to open up because if I open up, then I'm being vulnerable, then I'm gonna get hurt. And it's like, okay, but like by not saying anything, you're kind of shielding yourself from people. You're keeping yourself like locked away. And that feels isolating. And then you feel this, it can feel overwhelming and it can feel like really emotionally like, ooh, it can feel so heavy. So I do feel like there's something we need to say and just take like you just need to like, just like kind of put it out there, say it. Because I do feel exactly, I said, you just need to put it out there. You need to say it. What does the Ace of Swords mean? Put it out there, saying something, communicating. You can have a brand new thing start, but it starts with communicating how you feel and what it is that you want instead of being defensive or feeling guarded. I would put your guard down. That was for Keenan. Anybody else that is on that didn't get a reading, because then I'll go into Oracle. If you guys want, just let me know you want an Oracle message. I'm waiting on my Instacart. My Taurus moon, y'all. Bruh, I be Instacarting. Everything. Keenan, beautiful. I actually received a lot of those cards in the same deck earlier today. We love a repeat message. That's confirmation. So bless, speaking your truth, expressing yourself. Hey, you don't know until you say it. You don't know. And I just feel like, I feel like a lot of created isolation is from the fear of vulnerability, which is kind of an oxymoron because like we're isolated because we're scared to be vulnerable, but we really want to be vulnerable because we want to be in concert with somebody, but we don't want to, you see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a weird cycle we find ourselves in. Okay, Kimberly, what's the energy around Kimberly? We're going to connect it to this situation. Hey, Ronnie, we're going to connect it to this situation about what we were talking about. Strategy. Yeah. So a plan is needed, right? So the conversation, and then healer of the ages on the bottom. So everything is definitely healing around the situation, but it is calling for strategy. It is calling for a plan. So let's have this conversation. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We put it all out in the open. Now we have an idea. Now we understand what needs to happen. Now we're good to go. You know what I'm saying? Let's read what it says. You've been writing one. There you go. Making a plan. This card shows a pen and a journal, compass, and a key. When you receive this card upright, it indicates that this is an optimum time for setting up a very specific strategy for achieving your goals. Write about the direction you want to go in. Consider any potential change in the course that may be needed. Be aware of the particulars regarding your goals and have some conscious plan in mind. Structure the short-term goals needed to make your long-term goal a reality. This card is telling you to spend some time setting things in order. It's time to take control, add thought to action, and set your sights on the road ahead. Yeah, so a plan is what is being called for. And as you do that, there's healing energy around this whole situation. So I think that'll be helpful because, we're taking the emotions out of it and we're being very strategic. And then that brings into us to that justice card: truth, justice, law, all those things, like the law, like, okay, this is the law, your contract, whatever, like bringing all that into this kind of plan, this strategy. Ooh, you've been writing in your journal. Yes. Hey, Ronnie. Okay, I'm gonna read for Ronnie, and then I got you with an oracle message, Gabriella. King of Cups, the Magician. King of Cups on the Magician. Magician coming up again. Oh, you guys are not seeing my bridging over here. My freaking bridging. I'm in it, y'all. Okay. What does Ronnie need to hear? Okay, so I'm getting lots of heart chakra. So I do think this has to do with connections. And I do think this has to do with honesty around connections and understanding. It's kind of like tough love energy. Like something may feel uncomfortable, but it is necessary. That's what I feel like. Like we don't need to hold back our truth because of the fear of what that's going to make someone else feel or something. That's what it kind of feels like. Yeah, look, we don't want to hold back. Son of Swords, Knight of Swords. We need to have a conversation. We need to say the truth. The Knight of Swords is a messenger, and when the message is given, things change. So it could even be where we're holding back because we know once we say what we need to say, it's going to create change. But that is absolutely what is needed. That's absolutely necessary right now. And I also think once this communication is said, it kind of moves things. Like where things have felt stuck, it kind of moves them along. What's on top? The star. I love the star. So this is Pluto in Aquarius. Right? The star and this kind of harbinger of change. And I think we need to say something so that we can, because it's needed, so that we can move forward, right? We need to move forward. We need to get something going. We need to have a conversation, right? The third house is about our communication, right? Our okay, like, and it feels like breaking out of a pattern of mum's the word, right? Keeping the peace because it's hurting your ability to find stability. Like whatever this is, you're needing to have a conversation because it's going to heal you and your situation and create a path forward. Because right now we're stuck because we're like holding back, and that's causing this very dense energy. I feel it. Ooh, right here in my chest. It feels very heavy. What's after this? 8 of Cups. So we might have to let something go. We might have to realize that this isn't serving us. And it could just be holding on to this conversation or holding on to these thoughts or holding on to whatever this isn't serving us, right? The 8 of Cups is that idea that in order to make room for something we really want, we have to be willing to create some emotional space. And that's what I'm saying here. This feels like 8 of Cups. I feel blocked because I don't want to let something go, or I don't want to have a conversation because, sorry to the other person or whomever else you're involved with. But it's like, it feels necessary so you can get in alignment. The star's here. So it's definitely going to help you kind of move things towards ultimate goals. So many things. Well, to me, it feels like when I feel into the star, it feels like, I got it, my Instacart message here. It feels like, so it feels like to me, whatever this is, it's about not letting someone else like steer the ship. And it feels personal, right? It feels close. And it feels like, no, I don't want to do it that way. And it could be romantic, it could be business, it could be family, but it feels very much so like, no, I don't want to do it that way because that's not what I want. It's very I, right? The star card is about you. And in order for you to show up in your best way to everyone else, you got to honor your true self, and you have to be willing to shake the table. You have to be willing to be the rebel. You have to be willing to say, I don't like that and I'm not doing it. And I need you to figure out what you're going to do. That's what it feels like to me. You figure out what you're going to do. This is what I'm going to do. And it's because you're holding too much space for something. You're holding your space and someone else's space, emotional space. And that's the 8 of Cups. I got to go. That gotta go. Well, just start with the easiest one or the hardest one. Okay, so Gabriella is going to be next for our oracle message. That's interesting. I was thinking your brother. I was thinking your brother when I was feeling your energy. That's interesting. I really was. I was like, I feel like it's a brother. That's that third house too. But in that energy, mother second boundaries. Okay, I see. That's okay. Hey, that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes we got to say what we need to say, even if it's going to make the other person uncomfortable. You got to make sure that you're doing the best for yourself. Angel of Strength for Gabriella. So this is like that. Okay, we're going to read from the book, but this goes back to what I was saying about work, right? This is calling on you to muster up that courage to kind of like face what you think you can't. Door to personal healing and happiness. You are being met with I feels like a repeat kind of scenario, and you're being asked here to like fight through that fear, right? The in tarot, the strength card is taming the fear. It's saying like, this thing that usually causes me all this anxiety, I'm gonna conquer it, and I'm gonna realize that I'm the captain, right? And so that's what this is feeling like, Gabriella, is like, you're the captain. Do not let external energy make you feel like less than, small, because that's your anxiety winning. So you're being placed in this situation to muster up this courage to say like, I'm not playing into that anymore. I'm going to feel confident. I know who I am. I know I'm talented and skilled, and I'm not going to be playing this like role anymore of like, no, don't look at me. It's like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. And that's the healing. That's the healing. I told you this work situation is for your healing of your inner self. And it's inner child healing, if we're being honest, because we're connecting it back to Leo energy. And we're about to move into all this Leo energy towards the end of the year. So it's like reclaiming yourself through wherever when you were little, you felt small or felt it kind of ostracized or whatever. It's like I'm the captain now. I like me. I know what I'm doing. I don't need your approval. I'm a, personal power and inner strength. This amazing angel brings the news that this is time of increasing power for you. It's not the time to be passive or submissive, but to speak your truth and take action on your own behalf. You are capable of taking greater control and directing your own destination. You're the captain now. Gosh darn it. For the power that comes from within reaches out to the universe and beyond. Inner strength and unlimited resourcefulness flows through you at this time, helping you to create real results. Call upon this wonderful angel and on your own inner resourcefulness to bring you the focus and resolve to do what's necessary in order to make your dreams a reality. Well, if I had a mic, I might drop it. Just kidding. But yes. And maybe you need to have a little lion, right? Maybe a little lion figurine. I have this little goat. He's so cute. I got it at Phoenix and Dragon. It's a happy goat. Where's my little paper about it? It's a little goat charm. Maybe you need to get a lion charm or like a lion on your phone or something. This is the happy little goat charm. Whatever floats your goat is a simple phrase to say, a reminder to live joyfully each and every day. May this happy little goat be a special reminder to be gentle, loving, and kind, and happiness will follow. So I got my little goat to remind me to not be so serious. So maybe you need a little lion something to remind yourself to be the captain of your own life. Well, yeah, I like that too. Anyone else on that would like a oracle message? One person. Ronnie, are you still on? Is that you? Oh, Brittany. Oh, Brittany, you want one? That must be you. You want an oracle message? Yay. Thank you so much. Remember, y'all, if you're in Atlanta, come hang out with us on the 21st. Keisha's doing an intuitive development class. So I learned how to tap into my intuition through going to Keisha's intuitive development classes. And so we're doing on the 21st for our Mystic Moon this month. So if you are in Atlanta, come through. I sure did go to Miss Keisha's intuitive development. I didn't go through all of them, but I went through, I think, 3 levels, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, Brittany. The 7th chakra. I was just talking about intuitive development, and the 7th chakra just fell out. Why is that weird? Because this is your connector to source. This is the connector to source energy. So, Brittany, you're probably extremely intuitive. We all are. Write that down. All of us are. And this might be a message for you to tap into that intuition more, to strengthen your connection with source through meditation, through, just really acknowledging that connection, however that may look like, journaling, but that just flipped out. So let's see what else. And I was just talking about it. So that's interesting. Brittany, what does Brittany need to know? The first chakra. So this is about life, and we have the anxiety reversed on the bottom. So the root chakra is about our home, our environment, our relationships, our family. And so I do think that now is the time to feel, start to take more trust in the foundations that are your life, because anxiety is coming up reverse, which is telling me that what we're worried about is less of a problem than we realizing. Yeah, broken heart reverse. So something, and remember we had the King of Cups earlier and the Queen of Wands. I think it's letting you know that whatever your relationship is stable, and it's important to start to trust that stability, and to, because Archangel Michael is about the truth. So there's something very true about what you're building, and there's a opportunity to like to release the stress, the anxiety, the worry. Yes, stop stressing and trust myself, which is also why the crown chakra came out earlier, because it's not just trusting yourself, it's trusting that you are not alone and that spirit is guiding you and protecting you, and that you're in alignment. Like, we are co-creating at all times. So when things are happening, they're happening because they're supposed to be happening. And we don't have to always question what we need to do. Sometimes we just need to let it happen. Sometimes we just need to be like, okay, spirit, got you. Which is why I think that the crown chakra card came out. Stability and security. Michael holds a beautiful globe of red energy at the first chakra, which is located at the base of the spine. This is a place where your sense of stability and security is stored. When this card is upright, it reveals that your energy is flowing freely regarding these issues. Even if you've had problems with feeling secure in the past, these challenges are beginning to resolve at this time. Archangel Michael is with you and bringing you strength and personal stability. You are capable of taking action and moving forward on your path. So allow yourself to feel increasing faith, that's that trust, in your own power and security now and always. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Yay. Well, thank you guys so much. It was a great sesh. Loved it as well. I should be back next Thursday. And other people just came on. Any newbies? Any newbies just came on that needs that want a card read? You're so welcome. Before I jump on off, I got some orders to fulfill, some Arcana orders. As you guys know, you can book a personal reading with me, experiencearcana.com. I have 2 orders I'm about to go fulfill now. Yeah, if you're in Atlanta, come to Mystic Moon. Do it. House of Arcana, hang out with us on there. Check out the new website. There's a book of Arcana. There's other readers on there as well. You can test drive them too. I'm no hogger. I love all the people on there. I have personally gotten readings from all of the practitioners that are on the book of Arcana. They're all amazing. Each reader is unique and has their own way of connecting to spirit and energy. So, you can always get something, maybe a different angle, or maybe a different type of connection, right? Some people do a lot of root working. Some people connect more with your ancestors. You know what I mean? So there's all different kinds of practitioners on the Book of Arcana. So, my Cash App. Oh yeah, I don't even know how to send money on here or accept money on here. There it is right there. Arcana ATL. The last A is shared. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do over here, y'all. Just, create community for practitioners and for people to, understand themselves more. Feel empowered, feel supported, feel connected. And it's my little dream. My little dream. I'm dreaming it. My little Leo. Okay. I'm going to talk to you guys later, Gators. Thanks again. Bye. Look at that. Right on time. See ya.